Hi lovelies, I'm Maria, beauty vlogger for Lux Pineapple. Thank you so much for joining me back here today. So today I am going to be showing you guys my brow routine. Now this is probably my most requested tutorial kind of video. But I must give a disclaimer. I am not a brow professional. I am not like the all-knowing brow whiz over here. Just a year ago, my brows used to be super thin, like barely there, just the, you know, that really tweezed brow, and I had a brow transformation, growing them back. I do have that, like how I did that, on my own personal blog, agapelovedesigns.com, and if you're interested in learning about how to grow your brows back, then I will link that in the description box for you. But even with them growing back, there are still some problem areas, especially in this brow. I like this one the best, and this one seems to be the most difficult for me, so I do like to fill them in. And I've mentioned before that filling your brows in can make a really big difference, and I always get asked, you know, like, how do I do that? I don't know how to fill them in, like, can you please show me? And it's so easy, I almost feel silly showing how I do it. But, you know, since it is requested, I thought I'd show you what I do. And again, this is just what I do. And it's just very simple. What I'm going to be using today is this brow duo from Clinique that I got from Lux Pineapple. And it does come with these little brushes, but I'm going to be using my own brush right here. This is a double-ended brow brush with a very fine angled brush, and then a brow spoolie on the end. And also this brow duo that I have has a fixative kind of gel that really helps keep your brows in place and get the color to adhere to your brows, and then the powder. As you can see, this looks very light for my hair, you know, but my brows are still fairly, you know, pretty dark. So I always recommend for brows products going, I think it's safer to go a shade lighter than your actual hair color, or even darker, because it's just a lot more natural that your brows are just slightly lighter than your actual hair color. So this duo is actually for blonde to auburn hair, but as you can see, it still works great for my brows and my hair, and it looks pretty natural. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go in with what I do using these products and how I apply my brows, and I hope you guys find it helpful. And if you have any questions, of course, be sure to leave a comment below. Don't be afraid to ask or email me, maria@luxpineapple.com. I'm always here to help, and I hope you guys find this little tutorial on how I do my brows informative and helpful for you, just to show you that it doesn't take a lot of knowledge or know-how to, you know, kind of fill in your brows. You just really want to go in light-handedly and softly and do blending so it looks very natural and soft, but also, you know, better than better than natural, you know, better than before, kind of getting your brows to match up and really show up too. Starting off, I'm going to go ahead and just take the spoolie side of this brush and just kind of brush my brow hairs because they're a little bit messy right now. So just kind of getting them in place, getting them ready. My brow hairs do need a trim right now, but I have not done that yet, so you will notice they are quite long, longer than they should be, but that's okay for now. Okay, and as you can see also, this brow, this one's my trouble brow. I like this one the best. This shape is just a little bit different, and then I have hair that's a little bit more sparse right here, so that's basically what I'm going to be fixing, is mostly this brow to match this one, and then just filling this one in just a little bit more so it doesn't look sparse at all either. So we're going to start off first with the fixative kind of gel stuff, and I'm just going to take that with the angled liner brush and just apply, you won't see it really because it's mostly clear even though it's tinted in the jar, and I'm just going to apply that on my brows, like where I want to put the powder, so that it helps the powder adhere to the skin, and then also to my brows, to keep them kind of in place, and also to keep the color on there. And then go in with the powder, and I'm just going to kind of dab it back and forth in the powder, keeping the brush really still very thin and angled, and then go in and kind of copy that same line I did. And I'm sorry, I'm not used to doing this in front of the camera. I'm usually having this really close to my eye here so I could see. And I probably won't be able to talk as I'm doing this, but as you can see, I'm just doing like little light, like feather light strokes kind of, to mimic the look of hair. You don't want anything too like crazy or obvious or too thick. Just, you know, something just very natural, a natural look. We're just kind of adjusting our eyebrows. And then up here, I do this a little bit thicker here just because I'd like to fill in that spot. And I just kind of go upwards with these little hair-like strokes to make it look more real. And cover that little bald patch there. Then, because this line is a little bit more defined over here and it's not so much here, I am going to go ahead and do a more defined line there. And then sweep that down to the tail of my brow. And sometimes I'll go back and forth from the fixative to the powder just to make kind of like a little paste. And help it to adhere to my brows better. And as you can see, I'm just kind of filling in all the spots until it's pretty dark, but I do that because I like to, at the end, take the spoolie and kind of brush a lot of the product up and out and kind of blend it in. So I just really want to make sure it's fully, you know, all my little patches are fully covered. This is kind of what it looks like now. Before I blend it. And so then what I like to do is take the spoolie, like I said, and I will just kind of brush it very lightly, kind of upwards and back, and then up here. And this will pick up any of the excess product and kind of blend it in a little bit more, make it look a little bit more natural. And then kind of brush it downwards there like that. And so that is what it looks like now. I will go ahead and do the other brow. This one doesn't require as much because, like I said, it is a little bit thicker. There's less patches, little bald patches. So I don't have to fill in as much, but I still like to go in over it all so that the color and everything matches. So again, I'm just going in with that fixative and little strokes. I'm just going in with the powder. Really focusing on any of the really more sparse areas. Going back in with the spoolie brush, just going to kind of blend in and blend out the product. And here is the finished result of how my brows look once my makeup is all finished. So as you can see, they are a lot more similar. They're not perfect, but they're a lot closer to each other than they were before doing this. So as a last step, I sometimes, but not always, use a brow gel to kind of really keep my brow hairs in place. Now the fixative in this actually does a really great job of helping my brow hairs stay in place, but with them being so long right now as they are, I find that if I really want great hold, that a brow gel does a really even better job of keeping them in place. So alright, so that was it. That is how I put on my eyebrows. Every once in a while I do also use a brow pencil because I do feel that a brow pencil is a lot quicker, but if you want something that's a little bit more precise, I think that doing the powder and gel with a brush gives a lot more precise look and natural look as well. So I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave your comments and concerns below, or email me. Until next time, be sure to stop by luxpineapple.com, where you'll always find a sweet deal.